Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We just finished week 2 of The Artist's Way, and this week was all about recovering a sense of identity. A lot happened, so let's talk about it. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Samika and I'm on a mission to recover my creativity. As usual, we'll talk about this in 3 parts. We'll do the morning pages, the artist day, and just general thoughts. So morning pages, they are getting a lot easier to write. At first, I really wasn't sure what to write for 3 pages of self-flowing thought. I didn't even know I had enough thoughts to fill 3 pages every morning. Turns out I do, and they are getting a lot easier as I go on. And I'm getting used to waking up a little bit earlier to be able to do them. It's just part of my routine now before going into the office or starting work, just setting my alarm 30 minutes earlier and doing those morning pages. That said, I'm not really sure what they're doing still. Julia in the book does say that if you're doing the morning pages, they're working for you whether or not you realize what's going on. And I'm still not sure what's going on. It's just a form of meditation to focus in on your thoughts and write them out as they come. I am noticing my thoughts a lot more, so maybe that's part of it, but I still can't tell you exactly like something life-changing that's happened from these morning pages. So I'll keep you posted as we carry on other things that I'm noticing. Okay, so the artist day. For this week, I took myself even more out of my comfort zone and went to a concert by myself. It's a so-far concert, so it's essentially like a secret concert with local artists in a secret spot. The only thing that they told me before they revealed the location a day before the concert was that it was going to be in a historical building, which got me really excited. And turns out the historical building was Patagonia. And thankfully, this week, the book was talking about staying open-minded because I did not know what to expect. A retail store having a concert in there, but I walked in, it was just beautiful in there. It was just so cozy with the brick buildings, the lights, just the blankets on the floor. It just felt like a romantic, serene scene. And the artists that played were absolutely amazing. It was just such a cozy way to spend. It was a Thursday night, I think, in like the middle of the city. I actually went in there with a little bit of a headache. I wasn't in the best mood and I came out of it just so happy. So definitely recommend either going to a concert on a date or in general by yourself. I feel like music is just such a great way to reconnect with your feelings, creativity, all of that. So I'm really happy I did it. That was one of my favorite dates so far. Well, Michael's was also really cool. So anyway, I'll keep you posted on other dates that I do in the future. I feel like this is one of my favorite parts of this whole Artist's Way activity so far, and I'm excited to just keep them going and see what happens. And lastly, the activities and final thoughts for this week. I have a lot to say about this part, to be fair. So there were so many ideas coming at me for this week. I feel like my brain just suddenly turned on, and either my ADHD was kicking in a little bit more these days, or just my brain said, oh, you're actually listening to me and I have all these things that I want to just throw at you. So I literally started carrying around a memo pad so I could capture all the thoughts that I had. And to be fair, it's really cute. There's a bunch of different designs on it. So I wasn't mad at having to carry this around and just writing different thoughts. I love cats, and this is like a bunch of just cat notebook things. But I just felt like I needed some place to write all of the things that were coming at me. I actually ended up getting a few other like creativity driven things. I bought like a book about how to be more compassionate with yourself. I bought like a drawing book. I also got like some crochet things, and just diamond art was also something that I picked up. There were just a lot of things that I wanted to do, and it was just really cool to see all the different things that I was thinking about all of a sudden, and just really focusing in on just being more creative and free-flowing and trying out new things. That said, something that took a hit over the past few weeks for me was my self-care. I hadn't been sleeping super well. I was sleeping really late. Part of it was due to the excitement of like everything that was going on, and I just kept wanting to do things and procrastinating on going to bed and having to go to work the next day. But also it was just, I wasn't really focusing in on the things that really my body needs. And Julia specifically says in this book that you do have to focus on self-care. Well, anything that you do, you should be focused on self-care. So I really took a step back and started doing things that were good for my body. So I focused in on eating healthier. I went to the gym for the first time in over 2 months because I had a hamstring injury and I wasn't really working out and didn't want to go in. Ended up doing it and feeling great afterwards. I started monitoring my sleep more, and one of the activities that Julia had you do for this week was tracking all of the activities that you do throughout the day just to see where your time was going. And I was just mortified to find out how much time I spent on my phone, in TV. Like, I always knew that I was spending a lot of time doing those things, but actually having to track the hours and counting them throughout the day the total was just way too high. So I put a time limit for myself on the apps for social media. I put time limits for TV and how much I can watch. And instead I started replacing it with things that just make my brain and body a lot happier, like going outside to write or just doing self-care activities. So that was a big switch that I think was definitely needed for me. Another thing that we did for the activities this week was tracking a list of 20 things that we enjoyed doing and when the last time we did them was. And it was kind of striking to me how a lot of things that I enjoyed doing I hadn't done in a really long time. So I really focused in on like just finding 1 or 2 things that I enjoy doing and doing more of those. And throughout the week, I ended up creating a lot more than I have in a while. Like, I was doing crochet. I ended up doing a little bookmark for my landlady and she really enjoyed it. So that was fun to do and to see that I could make someone happy with my art. I also picked up diamond art because one of my friends told me about it and she really enjoyed it. And I've actually made like 4 different things of diamond art so far. And then I think I also was doing coloring. I had a rough work day once and afterwards I feel like the burnout was kind of creeping back in, so I ended up just taking a coloring book, trying not to be too hard on myself about it because I haven't colored in a while. So I just picked a page, did it. I'll show you what it ended up looking like. So overall, I feel like I'm getting more excited to make art and create things, which is really nice to see after so long. Something else that I need to keep track of is a sense of self-doubt because I can be really hard on myself, and I still need to remind myself that it's okay to be a beginner. It's okay for things not to look a certain way in the beginning. They're not supposed to in the first place. So I have been doing the affirmations. I think they've been helpful, but I think that's something that I'm going to need to work through throughout this process just in general. And I'm seeing more and more of that creep in, but also Julia says that's normal. So we'll keep track of that as we go. But overall, I think this week was a really good one. There was a lot of learnings and ups and downs in terms of creating more, which was great, but also needing to focus more on my self-care. And I think it's just a restart for a lot of things for me. So I'm excited to see how this process continues to go. I'll keep showing you how things progress. And if you've been through this journey and have any tips for me or have any learnings and things that I've experienced that you have as well, or other things that you want me to keep in mind, feel free to share. I'd love to hear what your experiences have been like too. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for staying all the way through and watching this. If you liked it, please feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more of this journey. I'm excited to have you here and hope I see you again soon. Take care. Bye.